Kia ora folks, my name's Matt and I have fibromyalgia. Today I want to talk a little bit about allostatic load or stressors on the body. But first to check in, today I am through my flare, so first day back on deck, if you will. Just for the record, being on the other side of a flare doesn't mean that I'm pain-free. It just means that I have some energy and pain levels are low enough, fog levels are low enough that I can move about out in society with the normal people. So that was cool. I got out there and I mowed some lawns and I trimmed some hedges and did some housework. It's Saturday, so it seemed like pretty good Saturday kind of things to do, and now I'm going for a peaceful walk. So that is good. So allostatic load or stressors are things that I've become aware of just recently. I had a look at Dr. Jacqui Clark's video that's linked in the must watch videos, and also New Zealand and UK. So yeah, if you want to have a look in the playlists for her video, worth a watch. I'll link it below as well, so there'll be that. Walking and talking, it's hard work. All right, so yeah, that's all very cool. And what the allostatic load, what she was talking about, I think was more, how did you get fibro? All right, so stressors might be trauma, including physical or emotional, or it might be a virus attack, or it might be a gut imbalance, or it might be sensitivity. So if you're overly sensitive to light, sound, smell, this sort of thing. So usually you have some ongoing set of stresses and probably a trauma event in your life, and that's what kind of triggers the fibromyalgia response, I guess. But just on a day-to-day, thinking about all of the things that are going on in your life, in your day, and making choices based on the potential stresses can be really important, I think. So today, for example, I had the choice to go on a family day doing a whole bunch of family activities, not necessarily fun stuff, but things that needed to be done, and out and about, lots of different places, lots of different people. But I chose not to do that today, given it's my first day back from this most recent flare, because that would be a whole bunch of stresses that I had no control of. On a day where I kind of get to choose, if I do it badly, then I'll go straight back into the kind of flare state. So instead of doing that activity where I had no control over the stresses, I stayed home and did a bunch of activities where I did have control. So like I said, I went out and I mowed the lawn. Our lawn's quite big. Keeping stresses in mind, I wore the ear protection, which I probably wouldn't normally wear. I've got an electric mower, it's not very loud. So ear protection to keep that down. It's an annoying and ongoing noise. And we have quite a big lawn. I did it in 3 sections. Did some lawn, had a rest, did some more. And without thinking about this allostatic load or the stresses, I would typically just go and keep going till I finished, and then crash for a couple of hours and then try and do something else. So I think keeping in mind the overall load as things build up as the day goes on. My wife likes to talk about your cup being full. Think about every little stressor as being another drop in the cup. when it gets full, you crash. So every little rest, every little oasis of peace that you can go through empties the cup a little bit, helps you regenerate, helps you get through the day without reaching that trigger point where you crash. So this is what I'm doing now. I'd be interested to know if you guys do stuff similarly. It's I guess it's just pacing. We've all been told about pacing, but kind of break it down on an activity by activity level, I think is kind of a good step to take. So that's what I'm doing. Oops, it's quite a steep path. I'll let you know how that works out. Just want to keep talking for a tiny bit more because I'm about to reach the top. So yeah, Dr. Jacqui Clark, I would recommend you had a look at that video. She's a UK doctor, doctor out of the UK. She set up a clinic here in New Zealand called, I think it's called Pains and Brains. So worth a look, particularly if you're here. Whoa, wash out, that's better. Sunshine and views.